what happened with India in South Africa in the white ball series.
World Cup ஊத்திட்டோம்.
அதை வேற ஞாபகப்படுத்திட்டீங்க. நெஞ்சமெல்லாம் பொண்ணா இருக்கு தம்பி, மறக்க முடியல.
They played as a unit, but
வந்துட்டேன் சொல்லு, திரும்பி வந்துட்டேன் சொல்லுன்னு வந்துட்டாங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
திரும்ப வரமாட்டேன் தானடா ஆட்டம் போட்டீங்க, வந்துட்டேன்டா.
Welcome to another episode of The Couch Coaches. This is going to be a two-part series. So welcome to part 1. Over to you, Priyesh.
because we have many topics to discuss this week or this month. We are structuring it into two parts. So part 1, we will see the India versus South Africa series. Next, Westindies versus England series. Then we will go to test matches, which is New Zealand versus Bangladesh in Bangladesh. And then the fourth one, the ongoing Australia-Pakistan test match series. So over to you, Rama. What happened with India in South Africa in the white ball series?
World Cup ஊத்திட்டோம்.
அதை வேற ஞாபகப்படுத்திட்டீங்க. நெஞ்சமெல்லாம் பொண்ணா இருக்கு தம்பி, மறக்க முடியல.
And then we said, சரி என்னடா சோகமா இருக்கேன்னு நினச்சின்னு we sent எல்லாரும் ரெஸ்ட் எடுத்துருந்தாங்க. We sent a team under sky. So, sky is blue. And வந்தான், I think I was pretty impressed with the campaign, right? We had quite a bit of new players in the squad, right? People who had to be given chances and the team did really well. I was really impressed with Sai Sudarshan. The way he applied himself, grabbed the opportunity, right? See, when you're in a loaded team with talent, you only get chances a few times. And you really have to make it count, and he made it count. So, Kalakal run from Sai Sudarshan. Heard quite a bit about Rinku Singh from you and from Ramesh in all our discussions. Saw him in action actually for the first time only this time. I have not seen him even in IPL that often. I've seen the 5-6ers that he did and read all the scores. The guy is a pocket dynamite. The way he can just come in and enforce, pretty impressed with. He seems like a Dhoni and a punt combination.
The calmness in the middle, very, very impressive for the calmness. And all the T20 matches he scored. So, and then as you said, Sky had hit another century in the T20, and then I think the series was 1-1. Shais was very good as well. So the new age talent came up in the one-day years. I mean, in the T20.
Hey,
in the
under phenomenal talent, which I thought we should mention, is Tilak Verma.
I will come to him after the one-day series also. So the one-day series was captained by Rahul KL. And in that series, I liked, as usual, Sanju, who scored a century. I'm very, very happy for you, Sanju. At last, at last, I hope you get more, chances in the Indian team. Phenomenal talent. If the board can give Tilak Verma so many chances, I think they have to give it to Sanju also.
Hey, what they can do is they can, instead of giving wicket keeping and everything to KL Rahul, and the wicket keeper slot la Sanju Samson kudukalam. So,
and in the one days, I thought Ashdeep bowled very well in 2 games, but we won the series 2-1. KL was impressive in one of the games or whatever, and you picked up Sai. And all the 3 games he was very, very good. And we tried a lot of new combinations also, but I don't know why Prasadam Krishna is they are giving so much chances to him. But I think in white ball, because of the IPL, we are having superiority in every bilateral, and we can see the bench strengths with the which we have been talking from the wrap of the last season also.
Correct.
So that was for the Indian white ball, and then England went to West Indies and played a T20 and a one-day series, which was very tight also. West Indies won the one day 2-1 and the T20 3-2. What I saw in the highlights was a typical resurgence of Windies against number CSK boy, who's the coach now, when Sami, and they played as a unit. But
வந்துட்டேன் சொல்லு, திரும்பி வந்துட்டேன் சொல்லுன்னு வந்துட்டாங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
திரும்ப வரமாட்டேன் தானடா ஆட்டம் போட்டீங்க, வந்துட்டேன்டா.
80s ஓட விண்டீஸ்.
I mean, the batting, the power. I mean, the T20 out of the 5 games, I think there were 156s or 200 sixes both together. Okay, so each match 36s, shared. So the power game, and next World Cup will be there in Windies.
See, that's the other thing I want to mention, right? Even with all the experimentation that India is doing, and with Windies and England, all will be trying these combinations, because in the next 1 or 2 months, you have to get a good idea of who are your 11, because the World Cup 2020 is coming very soon, right? June next year, right? In the US and West Indies. So it'll be interesting to watch. And looks like உப்பு போட்டு சாப்பிட்றான்னு சொல்ற மாதிரி பேக் டு பேக் செஞ்சுரி அடிச்சிருக்கானே ஃபில் சால்ட்.
First century was in a chase. The second century was when they batted first. Brilliant. I mean, Balter Konjo, he came to form, but I think something is wrong with their OTI, I mean, whiteboard setup. I think they have lost mojo. Okay, Konjo. But நீ சொல்ற மாதிரி there is no time. The only time is the IPL to select our squad for the World Cup. So we will see. I hope Rinku is there. I don't want Verma to be there, because he's a waste space now. Maybe after a year or 2 years we will see, but now I don't think. So that was the white ball campaign in the month of December or November to December. We will go to the red ball test. In the first episode, I will link it here. We talked about how Bangladesh won a match against New Zealand, and the second test match, New Zealand won in Mirpur, and turning track, Grant Phillips had a outstanding 70 odd in the first innings, and then second innings, new CSK boy Michelle had a say with the bat, and Ajas Ahmad, he took a six for or whatever, but Standard CSK boy bowled very well in the second test match. So it was a good comeback and by New Zealand and we were talking about it in the first episode that your team Bangladesh is
நான் சொன்னேன்ல, கரெக்டான டீமை பிக் பண்ணேன், கொஞ்சம் ஸ்லைட் ஆயிடுது, அவ்வளோதான். வேர்ல்ட் கப்னு சொன்னேன், பட் ஐ ஆக்சுவலி மென்ட் திஸ் சீரீஸ். நாகின் டான்ஸை காமிச்ச ஆரம்பிச்சாங்க. பட் இட்ஸ் ஆல்வேஸ் குட் டு, ஐ திங்க் New Zealand is a very underrated team, like what we always saw, right? To come back, and especially in a place like Mirpur, where I think Bangladesh has had a lot more wins against visiting teams, and to come back and show them that we can win. And Glenn Phillips is a very underrated spinner, and in India way he's put them through a lot of trouble recently. So it is great to see this. And see, the main thing I'll also love is the spin being like only for subcontinent players. Traditionally it's been like it, but now we are seeing that spin all over the world is getting into, every team is getting good. அதே மாதிரி பேஸுங்கிறது சப்கான்டினென்ட்ல வந்து பேஸ் போட்டால் பாகிஸ்தான் மட்டும்தான் போடுவாங்கன்னு, தட் இஸ் ஆல்சோ சேஞ்சிங். இந்தியா இஸ் லைக் அ பவர் ஹவுஸ் இன் த வேர்ல்ட். ஸோ த குட் பேலன்ஸ் ஆஃப் பவர் வென் எவ்ரி டீம் ஹேஸ் அ மிக்ஸ் ஆஃப் ஸ்பின், பேஸ், பேட்டிங் எல்லாம் இருக்கிறதுனால த கேம்ஸ் ஆர் கெட்டிங் லாட் மோர் இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங் டு வாட்ச் nowadays.
And the Kiwis don't have big names as such, but they stick to the process. Their planning and implementation on the cricket field is something you have to give it to them, because everywhere they travel, they are to the point, because they go to the process to the T. They don't feel bad if they lose. You have to give it to the Kiwis for that. And CSK has now 4 Kiwis and a phlegm. So we will see what happens. So other red ball test series which is going on is Australia versus Pakistan. Warner's farewell series. I like Warner very much. And Pushpa. And I think he has more fans in India than Australia.
Yeah. What happened to him with the whole sandpaper gate was completely, shouldn't have gone that route. People make mistakes, right? But as a character and as a player, a very feisty player, when he starts going, right, and he made a 160, like you were mentioning about that innings while we were chatting. What a play. I love the way he plays, and the very jovial character, and I've not seen him really sledge after the typical Aussie fashion, especially nowadays after he's done after a sandpaper game. And he brings that balance and swagger to the Australian team right at the top, right? He reminds me of Sehwag, right, who can just take the innings, yavam potalum sari, just take it on and change the whole dimension of the game. So I love that. But you wanted to say something about Mitchell Johnson's Gandu?
He wrote in a column or something that Warner should not be allowed to have this series as his last series because of the sandpaper gate. And usual Warner style Twitter was a place with both tipping at each other. And then, as usual, he made his bad talk with the 160 in the first test. And I think, whatever said, if you have to go down on a player, then you should have not allowed them back.
Correct.
When you allowed him back to play, then there is no question.
Correct.
Andamari. So everybody wants attention and validation. You can see my news is serious here. Andamari. So that's all it is. You can't take it away from Warner.
Steven, for that matter, when we talk about Warner, talk about Stephen Smith because of the incident as well. End of the day, people make mistakes, people get second chances in some ways, and when you look and evaluate at people, you got to zoom out and look at it in the complete picture. And controversies apart, as a player is what we have to evaluate them on the field. He's been a champion player, no doubt, right? So who knows? Again, all these farewell series is all up to some of these players. They decide when they want to go, right? You keep Steven. I remember Steve Waugh. People kept saying he's done. But Iceman, he decided when he wants to go, right? And the way he played against Westindies, and he was some grit. Same way,
Or
if Warner gets angry and he says, you know what, you said I can't, he starts scoring another 3-4 centuries on a trot, then you can't remove him.
like that split the statue in Wangate, such is who want to retire on that test match. So
Correct.
they arranged the series for him.
Correct.
And so
So now changing it up from batsmen to bowlers, your thoughts on Nathan Lyon?
Nathan Coffee House, 500 wickets. What great achievement. I think there are only 3 spinners ahead of him now. Murli, Vaughan, and Kumble. I think so. And Ashwin is on 490 or something. But 500 for a half spinner in wickets in Australia. And coming out of from a era of Vani. When Vani was retiring, they tried 3 or 4 leggies. Okay.
McGill Hogg, McGill.
And then left armer Hogg. So they tried everybody. Angend to have come this way to have 500 wickets, and unfortunate that he got injured in the Ashes this year. Otherwise you would have got it there. But what is also fascinating is Stark bowls over the wicket. That creates the rough for Lyon to come, and what a pair.
Correct. See, in general, bowlers, pace bowlers hunt in pairs, but most important thing is a pace bowler and a spinner combination is very unique. McGrath and Vaughan, we have seen that how that worked, right? Similarly with Kumble, you always had the other pacer at the other end doing something for the bowler. And see, Lyon, I always loved him, especially in the last few years. Just like they say, right, as you get older, you get very smarter with anything in life. He's been like, on some of these pictures, his bowling was some attacking, right? It'll be pitchila onnu illati kuda when he comes on with that slip and then a leg slip and or a silly mid on, and then avan podrache against like a Kohli and even a Rahane, you will see them sort of being foxed once in a while, which just tells you that any bowler, if you stick to your line and length and your strength, right, you can be menacing on any attack. So that is amazing. But kudos, great. And then Ashwin applauding him publicly, right? இவர் வந்து தலை, அவர் வந்து தளபதி.
ஒன்னு தலைன்னு வெய்யி, இல்ல தளபதின்னு வெய்யி. அது சின்ன பசங்கள நீங்க, உங்களுக்கு வாழ்க்கையோட தத்துவம் புரியல.
So ரெண்டு பேரும் வந்து no, but jokes apart, they have been sort of using each other's things, and even on the 450, even 450, even 500, so they've been sort of keeping each other, and deep respect that they have for each other is also good to watch.
I think the last Australian series which we won, that Gapator or whatever, Lyon was closer to 400 American rank, and Ashwin to 400 before him. So on the potty irukku. So correct. But 500 test wickets,
massive.
I think 99 test in a row or 100 test he became injured in England. So 100 test in a row, phenomenal fitness and mindset.
Hey, 500 அடிச்சிட்டு ஸ்டெடியா இருக்கானா பையன் பெரிய ஆள் தான்.
ஆஃப்
ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஜூஸ்.
So kudos to you, Lyon. I think you are a true goat, and so that is a wrap for this part 1 of this episode. See you on the part 2 of the cricket this week. Bye.